This is just a small build diary of my hardcore CSSF on Chronomancer in 0.5, just what I did and skills I cared about and stuff. And the base idea was just picking a Chronomancer because they reworked this note. It sounded good. It is good. And just playing like kind of Bonestorm was the idea originally. Because I saw people were using projectile modifiers and I was really interested in that. And it's good. And over time I ended up equipping Spark because this spell feels really broken. So the build kind of became centered around this node, which I think is really underrated and underused. It's very simple to put down a Frostbomb, press Spark and you get a power charge. So you get to use one of the best spells in the game and buff up Bonestorm to do explosions. And like, the reason I think this is good is because Bonestorm can benefit from all kinds of projectile modifiers, especially Mana Tempest splits. This is fucked. Because what happens is if you just fire this into a mob, it splits 3 times per bone, then forks, and then ricochets. And it just lags my game. That's a good thing. It feels very strong, and Spark is just kind of broken in this game. And the rest of my spells are kind of just, you know, support stuff for the archetype. Fairly generic, you put AoE plus gem levels, things like that. Detonate Dead is just when there's an abyss, you just hold down the key because it does big circles. Circles are good. I used to have this allocated because I wanted to try playing with the Verisium Corpse skill, but Ward felt too limiting to use, so I went past it. Spark is just projectile related things, as you do. Thunderstorm. So this would be like the Spark main package, but then Thunderstorm and Wolves. Taking 10% of damage is really good, but the main reason this is good is because Bonestorm has disgusting impale magnitudes. And impales you have to tear out with attacks. So the way this character scales against bosses is trying to get your impale magnitude as high as possible. And attacking, for which you use Wolves with Last Gasp so they don't die. And Living Lightnings with Thunderstorm, so you just press Thunderstorm and you're gonna have little minions attacking the entire time. They pull out the impales and they do like half of my damage. It's a shit ton. So that's like the core of the character. So you have like some remnant stuff, support skills to attack with, and yeah. Wolves feel kind of like one of the strongest spirit gems in this game because they tank everything. Like I recorded my Bodak fight and like 90% of the fight was the Bodak attacking my wolves. Which is pretty good. And the rest here is kind of just Chronomancer defensive stuff, right? You always run Convalescence. Blasphemy Temp Chains is really strong for Chronomancer because of your slow node here. So that stuff. One thing I'll mention is Temporal Rift is really, really cool. And one of my favorite Ascendancy points, but it is bugged with Second Wind. So you can't really support it with anything besides cooldown. Because if you put on Second Wind, it spends both charges at the same time. So I hope they fix that. Yeah, that's the skill tree and Ascendancy points I went for. It's fairly basic for a witch, right? Where because of how strong gear affixes are in this game, you kind of end up going crit on every character because you have, you know, like 180% increased damage or something, just completely nuts. So, you know, you take all the energy shield, you go crit, Monk Start has everything. That's how it is. And the most interesting point really is this. Some generic infusion stuff on the weapon sets, and just fizz stuff like having breaking armor without needing a support gem here feels very key. So these are the two notables you have to take, I think. And final note on the damage is what this does is it doesn't make you fire more bones. It just makes you generate more of them faster, kind of randomly. And you can get this to 100%. So it's 25 here from a rune. There's an abyssal suffix for 25% as well. And I believe all of this on the tree goes up to about 50%. Something like that. So you can be 100% and it will like pretty much instantly charge the Bonestorm. And this is much better than actually getting cast speed. Oh, cast speed is still nice. For the Ascendancy and defense, it's fairly simple. I was kind of disappointed I didn't end up going in armor energy shield or evasion energy shield. But it feels like you can solve all your problems by getting 12,000 DS in this game currently, so... And the only reason I didn't go CI is because I have recoup. And with heavy buffer, damage that bypasses my energy shield that I end up recouping or just flasking is just damage reduction to me, pretty much. So that's the main reason I didn't go CI, because getting Chaos Res isn't too bad. Main problem is I still take double damage from Chaos, so Abyss is a bit sus. Vessel of Chronomancer is a dickhead. And yeah, ultimately that's a very simple ES kind of character where you press Convalescence when shit hits you, and Temporal Rift lets you backtrack a bunch of the damage you take. But the damage still applies to your recoup, so you end up stacking up a lot of recovery. And you could invest into that more, which is pretty cool, I think. Because the way they changed this is that you take 30% less damage, but if you Temporal Rift the delayed damage, it disappears. And Temporal Rift has a very high skill ceiling, I think. Because you can kind of just intentionally take a lot of chip damage to get good hits in and then backtrack it like that. So you can play very aggressive with it. And the rest is fairly simple. I think most of this is an option. Just a very good Ascendancy, generically. This is the point you could drop the easiest because it's kind of just a curse. It's good, it's just a curse. Because there isn't really a curse for physical skills in this game. That's like a kind of a problem. Like if you go to vulnerability, it's just... no. Nah. Anyways, that's pretty much everything for the character, so I'll just go over my items, which is pretty much what you expect for a spellcaster. It's just the good modifiers. You get as many as you can. +2 rune, which is the most interesting part. Then, you know, this is my Spark staff, Bonestorm staff. Just disgusting ES gear, as you do. Just big number is good. The rest doesn't really matter that much. I don't care much about move speed. I didn't get a plus gem amulet, but I don't really care. I just wanted spirit to run the wolves. I tried to get cast speed on everything I could, but yeah, it's never too easy. This ring's pretty interesting because I got it from Breach, and this line, mana efficiency is fucked up. This is a very, very good modifier. I would probably want to fracture this more than anything else on a ring. Yeah. Fairly simple, basically. So, yeah, I hit 95. Did most of the Atlas stuff. I'm missing, like, the easy challenge where I get an alloy, but, you know, I just do expeditions. So, yeah, there you go.